Why did you join Vistage? What was the reason for getting into a group?
Well, I thought my work was cool and everything, but then I realized essentially I couldn't just do the technical work, computer programming. I had to deal with people, and I had to take my business seriously. And, taking your business seriously isn't as fun as doing the thing that you were meant to do in your life. And what I really found in the Vistage opportunity was that there were a bunch of other people who were this kind of mutual support group for people who were learning to take their business seriously. And that was really valuable.
How has Vistage improved, the Vistage experience, improved the quality of your life, both personally or professionally?
Well, one thing is I think those relationships that I have with the people that I work with have gotten a lot better and they're a lot less stressful. I feel a lot more confident in dealing with people. And a big secret to that for me is that you have to deal with the people in your group as peers. And you have a kind of uncomfortable relationship with the people that work for you. They're not really your peers naturally. You know that they all know that you could fire them at any time, or you have some control over their lives or something like that, and it's really hard to be genuine with people like that. And so having a group of peers where you can kind of be genuine with them, and you see them being genuine with each other, particularly if you join an existing group, that's really powerful. And then you can sort of use that as a model for relating to other people at work.
Great, excellent. What's been your biggest surprise to you about being in the group that you're in now? Biggest surprise?
Well, I thought of myself as someone who was passionate about the work that I do, but once I joined Vistage and I started hearing speaker presentations or hearing things that the other members in the group were talking about, I actually became passionate about business, which I didn't imagine I would ever care about in a million years. But now I read business books all the time, and I'm talking about them with people, or even talking about them with my wife, and I think I didn't really expect I would turn into that kind of person.
Okay. Like a little something you didn't?
I really think it's this modeling of behavior and respect that you get from a group of people who are all at the top of their organizations, but they can't lord it over each other. They have to listen to each other and give each other respect. And that modeling of that behavior has really taught me a lot. So sometimes when a group is processing an issue, what's most interesting to me is not actually the advice that the person who's requesting the advice gets, but how that person responds to it. So for example, there's one person in our group who writes everything that people say down, and then at the end of that time, he repeats it back to everyone in a way that's so enthusiastic, and I think, boy, I'd love to work for that guy. And could I learn how to do that? And people give me ideas that I could just repeat it back to them in such a positive way. It makes them feel so good and so willing to give them more advice. So those are little things that I get out of being in a group.
That's great. In regards to your Vistage experience, how are you different today than from the day you joined? How are you different?
So one thing that I think I've learned in my group is that adding value doesn't have to be you don't have to be the guy with the answers. That actually it would be better if the people that you work with came up with the answer, because you're going to act as a multiplier on their efforts rather than basically you having to do everything, and that makes your life less stressful, means that everything doesn't depend on you, but rather you can be the person that sets the scene for other people to shine. And that's really reinforced, particularly in my one-to-one meetings. I'm constantly being asked, like, okay, what did you do to encourage that person, or and really treating other people seriously, and that's what it means to me to deal with people as effectively as I deal with the technical work of my job.
Excellent. What do you value most about your membership? The issue processing, the speakers, host reviews, the website, the retreats, the webinars. What is it that you really look forward to when you're going to your Vistage meeting? What really stands out for you?
Well, one thing is that you know all these things about each of your fellow members' businesses, and particularly during the issue processing times, it's kind of like you have maybe 10 or 11 different novels that are all kind of in progress. You can't wait to hear the next chapter and see how that person that you've come to understand has dealt with the next challenge that came up for them. It's kind of like they're a character in a story or something like that, and you always want to know what's going to happen next, and be interested in how these people are themselves trying to improve and get better in their jobs.
Thanks. What does Lonely at the Top mean to you, and how does that relate to your experience in Vistage?
Well, one way that that Lonely at the Top means to me. So if I'm somebody's boss, and particularly if I'm a good manager, I could be interested in their success and their improvement as a worker, but there's no one to do that for me. And that was one of the really key things that I got out of my first meeting with my prospective Vistage chairs. He asked me, what is it, how do you want to be more successful? And no one had ever asked me that. And that's the difference between being in a group like this and not having anyone like